All right, so last topic. At least the recent situation with Disney wasn't enough. Now EA Games has to be one of those other companies that are now laying off 6% of their global workforce, which is between 700 to 800 people. Now, yes, I am talking about the same EA from, games like The Sims and Titanfall, Apex Legends, FIFA, Madden, the sports games, uh, responsible for publishing the recent remake of Dead Space, which has gotten a lot of positive critical reaction, and Dragon Age Crisis. I mean, the list of popular games from EA goes on. Need for Speed, one of them as well. I mean, they have a pretty good catalog of games and popular IP under their portfolio, despite not always having such a great reputation, probably being greedy, corporate greed, especially what happened with Star Wars Battlefront 2 back in 2017 with the microtransactions. But then again, the whole microtransaction saga has been around for quite some time when it comes to full played or full priced games that are not free to play. But that's a different topic. Oh yeah, anyway, it's supposedly the layoffs come just to for the company to drive greater focus across our portfolio, whatever that means. Writing that publisher has taken a look at its upcoming projects, restructuring some team, and even review their real estate footprint. Okay, uh, whatever that means. I mean, what do they mean by like real estate reviewed their real estate footprint? I mean, either I'm not understanding something, or I know what real estate is. I'm just like maybe cut down location cost just to pay for the rent of their headquarters, or something like that. Or oh, clearly I don't know what I'm saying here, but moving on. Yeah, a quote from CEO Andrew Wilson saying, as we drive greater focus across our portfolio, we are moving away from projects that do not contribute to our strategy, reviewing our real estate footprint, and restructuring some of our teams. These decisions are expected to impact approximately 6% of our company's workforce. This is the most difficult part, and we are working through the process with the utmost care and respect. Where we are providing opportunities for our colleagues to transition onto other projects. Where that's not possible, we are providing severance pay and additional benefits such as healthcare and career transition services. Communicating these decisions began early this quarter, and we expect them to continue through early next fiscal year. Wow, okay, so, well, let me find that part saying we are working through the process with utmost care and respect. Is there any sort of utmost respect and care about firing roughly 800 employees that are now losing their jobs? There's nothing called utmost respect and care about getting fired from your job when you're told that you will no longer being employed from your by your company. They're like, bye bye, see you later. Get out. You're done. We can't pay you or don't want to pay you. Shit like that happens. Whether the salaries were high or not, you're done. You're out. Sorry, but I mean, that sucks. So it's awful that early 2023 EA employees lost their jobs. It sucks. But yeah, like I said, it's just as a result of the EA like cutting their costs and moving away from projects that just simply don't align with their goals, which has affected people in the role. And yeah, and like the gaming industry has sort of suffered a bit of a slump in 2022. In a way, I do believe that COVID sort of played into it, but at least like, EA does have other games, not just in console, but in mobile, including like popular Apex Legends Mobile and Battlefield Mobile. And yeah, I should mention Battlefield as another popular IP in their portfolio. Although I do think that Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, sort of, putting the Battlefield franchise sort of in the right direction. Maybe some people have divided opinions on Battlefield 5, but it's Battlefield 2042 that has not made a good impression at all since launch, and for technical reasons. Like Battlefield 2042, not a good place since the beginning, even though there have been efforts to be made and fixed. But as for Titanfall 1, I think went offline, but Titanfall 2, even though I think like not a lot of heavy multiplayer activity, but maybe still somewhat active. Um, in comparison to maybe other Call of Duty games, but it's still somewhat alive, But at least the single player campaign of Titanfall 2 is very much loved, and I can personally say like one of the very best single player campaigns for a first person shooter that came out in the previous console generation. That was so good. I couldn't believe how much fun I had. That was so good. But even like EA was also trying to look for a buyer to help them go through a merger. You know, Supposedly we're approached by Disney and Comcast, but those discussions with those two companies broke down. So, you know, whatever, it is what it is. But as for the merger, I think it'll happen, but the layoffs, tough to see, tough to look at.